Also, my name is Jeremy Gutierrez. I am a fourth year business economics student here at UCR. I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Heather Klippness. I am a third year a transfer student, and I'm a TFDP major, concentrating in filmmaking. I'm excited to be here as well.
My name is Jeremy Gutierrez. I am a first year, also TFDP major, and yeah.
So, who has supported you through your college experience, and what has chass done to make college accessible for you?
So basically, obviously supporting me through college, I feel like a lot of people can relate and say family. I actually am an orphan. So basically, I grew up in the foster care system, and so my family was very limited. And so what really carried me through was having access to the internet, to where I can find resources that UCR, for example, has on their website. How I applied for FAFSA, and it covers my entire tuition and even my housing costs, so I literally have to pay nothing. And it's been so helpful. Yeah, I know. Finally, even course paid off. Yes. And so I'm so happy about that. But like having like my grandma and my sister, because I'm a first gen college student as well, so it's like I don't have like family members to help me through this, but they know I'm really passionate about film and about making it, and so they're just like, just do your dream, don't just be stuck at home. And so so really shout out to my family and FAFSA.
I would kind of say the same thing about the internet, because like I'm also a first gen college student, so obviously my parents don't really know anything, and my grandma, she was like a nursing student in Mexico, which is not insane, and that was 60 years ago or whatever. But like instead of my parents kind of like were like, we trust you to like understand what you're supposed to do. So it's a lot of like having to research, having to go to like government websites, school websites, even Reddit and stuff, just to be like, okay, what am I doing, and how do I make sure I'm not like bankrupt at the end of this?
Yeah, I mean, on Reddit.
That's great. But for me, I would say support system, kind of what we talked about, like family, friends. I'm a business student here on campus, so it's kind of nice to be surrounded by like individuals in terms of people that serve their passions or just understanding to be better, like every school year. And then besides that, in terms of like accessibility to college, I would just say in terms of how chass does, they give you an opportunity to be here in the first place, start my major. I would say the other big thing is like the advisors, supplemental instruction, like the art and whatnot. It's all been kind of an opportunity to give me a chance to succeed here. So I'm really grateful that chass, and just UCR in particular, has been great resources with how we succeed.
No, definitely, especially because like I've had people, because TFDP, I think you did it, where it's like the intro to the department, and so they have like a panel of professors that would come, and they would just be like, even if you're not taking my class, you just come to business hours, and then like you can network with them, you get connections in the industry even, or just have like advice to how to make like a backup script, like to figure out ability. He was like telling me, and he's great like stuff with Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and it's like amazing. Like I didn't think you could find such like faculty.
No, yeah, I think the faculty is a big part of it, because even like besides professors, like I feel like most of the chass academic advising team is like top tier. I was a media and cultural studies major, and Holly Easley is in charge of that. She's great, she's so sweet. But my new advisor is Jen Garrison, and she's like really locked in. Like when we've had our meetings, she's like, you need this many credits for this, and she's like, you're gonna have this many credits left over, so you should do a minor, and if you want, like, what are you interested in? Like, she's really cool. She makes sure to like know about what you want to do, and then advise you based on that.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice.
No, I do agree that the advisors for chass are very good. My manager, she's an advisor, she's great. But one advisor, I don't communicate with them too much. We're still like a few times a year out chat with them. And then kind of what you mentioned, most office hours, you need to get a professor, or just being able to get out of do anything that they offer. Especially English, my first few years, or just some more general education courses, they can be challenging. So having a professor very involved in the company, technically something that chass does an amazing job of, and it was really helpful discussion with my first on the team.
Yes.
So did you come straight out of high school? Did you maybe go to a CC first and transfer? Why did you choose UCR? Why chass?
I think it was like UC TAG, where it's, or TAG.
It's tag.
Yeah, it's where basically in like community colleges, because I'm a transfer student, and I came from a DEC, which is Diablo Valley College. It's in the Bay Area, on Pleasant Hill, and I got my associate's degree in I think it was film, media studies, and electronics. And basically, I transferred that in terms of the credits, or I GETC, goes over to UCR. But yeah, I looked at other colleges, and specifically, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do filmmaking. And basically, UCR had a very specific filmmaking track, while other universities focus on studying them.
Yeah.
Because in community colleges, or when you're first starting out, a lot of the film classes are like film studies. So it's like, oh, you watch a movie, and then you're like, analyze it. And you do that for like 4 more times in different classes, and I was sick of it. Because it's like, I don't want to keep writing an essay about a movie. Like, I don't want that as my career. I want to be making said movie. And so...
Give me a camera.
Exactly.
Get me off of Google Docs.
Exactly. So that's exactly why I chose it, because it was specifically had the filmmaking track, and that's what I really wanted it. So, shout out to that.
Seems like it's been working that way.
Yes, so
That's right. I came out of high school, so I've been there for almost 4 years now. And I always wanted to be in the UC system. My brother, who was in the UC system when I was a senior in high school, he really enjoyed it and had a lot of great things to say about it. So when I got the opportunity to be here, I was actually really disappointed. So it's kind of different coming in and being like, am I good enough to be here, so to speak? So it's kind of a challenging aspect, but I don't regret my decision whatsoever. I feel like UCR, kind of what talking earlier, especially chass, gaining on wanting to succeed. So overall, I love the environment. When I toured the campus before I accepted it, I really enjoyed it. The kind of real time doing about the whole campus as a whole. That was a good thing that stood out to me and what I enjoyed. Also, getting out of my hometown a little bit after San Diego, so a change of pace, so to speak, was also nice as well. So all of those things combined made the experience kind of one that I was looking forward to. Overall, I really enjoyed it.
And so that's kind of funny to me because I've noticed that like the 3 main places that a lot of research students are from is either the Bay, LA, or San Diego, which are like, they all hate each other, which I think is really funny. Because you'll be like, that's what I've seen.
We hate each other?
Supposedly, because I'm from LA. But like, I don't know, the attention's like different because I feel like in LA we don't really like talk about San Diego or the Bay as much. But like, I have a couple of friends from the Bay Area and a couple from San Diego. They're like, screw the Dodgers, you know, screw LA. And it's really funny.
It always comes down to source.
Of course.
Personally, I don't care.
Or Mexican food.
Mexican, I mean, fine. The some people know better it is. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. LA. Downtown LA.
Right.
Running.
I think because UCR offer, it's the majority in-state people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which I feel like is unique for the UC system, especially when you look at Berkeley and LA.
Yeah.
UCSD, so it was much more about international students coming from the East Coast or Midwest. I think UCR is kind of cool in that aspect where everyone's kind of familiar with it, not SoCal, but in California in particular. Yeah, you can always have this conversation with people because they're so familiar.
You know that I'm doing weird about it.
Exactly, yeah. It's something getting open about.
Yeah.
People explore takes to people who I mean, because they have to have those familiar.
Yeah, even like being here, I'll meet people from the Bay Area as well, and I'm like, I don't even know that they existed. And so it's really cool to like know, especially because I live like in the East Bay.
Right.
So people who live more in like San Francisco is a huge like city. And so it's really interesting to learn about that, but it makes sense because, you know, like you said, it's like people who go to UC are mostly like in-state, and so it's like, it makes sense that from like the Bay Area and like that's like the entirety of California.
It's also about like the change of pace, like in general too, because I feel like so much of California is like valley, right? That being like for me, because I'm from LA, which is like low down, like low point in the state, and coming up to Riverside, where we're like in the mountains, that like see everything around me, and it's cold, and I'm like, wow, like
Cold.
it's cold to me.
Depends on the season.
No, yeah, people, my friend from the Bay is like, oh, like walking around in a t-shirt in like 55 degrees, and I'm like, what's wrong with? He sleeps with his fan on.
I do too. Yep, that's what it is.
I think it's too great to song.
No, man. You have to be cold to sleep. Like, it's just a thing. But it's because in the Bay Area, they have the mix. So it's like, you know, the regulation, it's the water and the air colder. Pause okay. That's really funny.
Well, I guess to kind of continue on what we were talking about after the budget, but like why chass 3? Well, we kind of talked about UCR, why you're both called theater probably. Like why that was, or I guess you all kind of touched on it, but I guess expand people.
Well, for me, chass was kind of the only option because I don't really have any interest in STEM, like at all. Like, I wouldn't say that, like, I hated math. I do hate science.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, my freshman year was online of high school. So I had a freshman year bio, and it was horrible. It was just, like, online simulations. And I was just like, this is boring. And it's hard for no reason. So I, like, kind of swore off science. Yeah. And, like, really the only things I'd be good at are English, writing, and theater. So I was like, okay, let me go into one of those, and that's kind of how I ended up with chass.
I have online classes. They're pretty like easy.
Yeah, they're not as bad now, but like when all of my classes were online in high school, I was like, oh, this is horrible.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Because I worked on like that, and so I had like the whole day of asynchronous. I could just like do whatever I want. I could wanted to be homeschooled, so I could like go around and have fun.
It's the closest opportunity.
Exactly. But similarly, I chose chass because I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't know that universities had different schools inside of it. Like I didn't know it was kind of like a government with different little like towns. Like and so I was like, oh okay. And so I chose UCR for a reason, but it led me into chass because that's where my major was. And so, it's basically that's how I kind of ended up there. But I'm happy to be here. Like, chass is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, we have a lot of, like, fun, like, activities always going on and shows. Like, I'm very happy to be part of it.
I think that's a great thing about how large chass is. There's kind of going on compared to some of the other schools, colleges on campus. But I guess why I chose chass is, it's economics, and at the time I had looked at the School of Business having concentrations. So people asked me what my concentration was. I was confused. I was like, I need a concentration. I have a major. What does that mean? So
business concentration, finance.
There's finance, there's supply chain, all of those. But I didn't know about this sometimes. So I guess I got on the chass. I didn't necessarily choose it because it was the major like that's just, I guess, where my major always have to work, and today is in chass. So I wouldn't say there was any particular reason why I would choose chass. It kind of just how it worked out, but kind of what we talked about, it's really great time. I mean, chass offers all great faculty, and then still outgoing opportunities to succeed. So
I thought it was so wild that like business is a part of chass. I think just for me, it's like obviously it's like being like. For like art and stuff like that. It's still like in my mind for chass.
But then like social sciences as a term is so broad. We have to remember that it's like not just like
No, exactly. Like there's plenty of business, exactly. And so also like politics too.
Yeah, poli-sci.
Yeah, poli-sci. And so like that's so interesting. We should all like combine together. That would be awesome.
I think that's what chass.
That's good. Chass.
The concentration thing is really funny too because I also like didn't realize it was a thing until like the end of my fall quarter, and I was like, oh wow, that's actually like I feel like that broadens your options so much because when you just have like your major, you're like, oh, I have no idea what classes to take, but it really helps you like define your path kind of. And some minors I think have concentrations too, like a big writing minor I think does, but like for TFP obviously it's an self because that's one of the broadest majors here. It's like, oh, I'm going to do theater, but I'm going to specifically do production and tech. And it's like, oh, so I can actually, they'll give me all my classes and I'll know what to do.
No, exactly. It's nice that like and I still want it. So it's like, you want to just take a look at the classes that are offered in the catalog.
Yeah, the course catalog is so tough.
Yeah, especially you're able to see, like, if you want a certain concentration, like, filmmaking, acting, directing, you can look at that and see what classes you need to take. And so that's always fun. And so that's what I used, like, even before I got admitted. I get a lot of anxiety because I don't know what's going on. And so I was like, okay, let me see what classes I need to take. And then I'll switch first, and I read it. And so.
I know, but it sucks when you see like a class that looks interesting and they haven't offered it in like 5 years.
No, seriously, like, something that I didn't know, that people should know, is that certain classes are only offered in certain courses.
Yeah.
And so it's like, don't expect to be taking, like, directing, like, in the fall, when it's technically only offered for, like, the spring. So you might want to get into, like, one class for this one quarter, but have, like, backups because it's like, that may not be offered. So it's like, take a look at that course catalog before you start playing.
No, and then really, I think people don't realize that you should really get your prereqs for classes in early, because my friend wanted to take the screenwriting class, but this is the last quarter. The professor is like teaching here, and it had a prereq, so he couldn't take it.
Wait, who?
I don't remember.
Okay, so it's like, okay, that's a good point with the prereqs, even only for you guys, because you went from high school, right?
Yeah.
So assuming you're like, you had to, what was the thing? Did you guys kind of have to do general ed first? Or you're like, I'll save my major for later?
It kind of depends too, because like, I think getting gen out of the way first is helpful because it's still in my second quarter. But like, especially when you already have AP credits too, so in like, oh wow, I had like 3 classes that I have to take now. But at the same time, it's like you're gonna be depending on your major, I guess, because some of them are probably not that bad. Like if you're like a bio major, you want to spend the last quarter of your senior year taking 4 bio classes.
Yeah.
So I feel like there has to be like a balance.
Oh, definitely. Because I try telling people that even in community college, I'm like, don't just take general ed because you're not going to want to do college. You have to choose something that's in your major to make you want to keep going. And so, yeah, you're right, a balance, but like mostly gen.
Yeah.
To get it
I
done.
like 1 or 2 major classes in order, I think.
Yeah.
When we get to the second, we take more than
Yeah.
But I think kind of what you're talking about in terms of registering the courses, the courses to take, I think chass does a great job at providing assistance to that. I know a Toasted show that will how access what degree on cast of aid for 1 year or cast a lot of offering and scoring that intake.
Like the video guide that the CNS students had to make.
Oh, no.
No, my advisor sent it out, and they're like, oh, if you're having trouble figuring it out, the CNAS like made this video about how to register for classes, which is like helpful. But I like how our advisors send out the rec lists that are like, here's some classes that you can take.
Yeah.
I think that's helpful because like you don't have to take those classes, but it's like here's some things that I need for your major, you know.
Yeah.
Well, after your first fall quarter, you dive on your own.
Yeah.
Because they'll help you out after that in terms of registering courses, but I think chass has a lot of resources that it's walking hours, kind of a shameless tug with the peer academic advisors that I work for. They provide a lot of assistance that helps us see because maybe with a lot of people who don't know how to even register a course after fall.
Yeah.
You don't know what the degree all it is. But I think having resources that are available and accessible is something that I think chass does a great job at because maybe other colleges or schools that are on campus where they support chass.
Yeah. I think even like too with like chass first because it could be kind of a bug, but like I don't know, we like at least hear about everything that's going on campus. Like you're forced to listen to it, but like some of those are like things that you wouldn't have known about otherwise. That because I know that CNAS and like the other schools don't have anything like chass first, so they don't really get access to stuff that's going on campus, which could also I think be helpful for like commuters, especially.
What is chass first?
Oh, right, because you're chass first.
So don't have chass first, like.
I think there was. I think there's like a chass first program, but I don't know if it's required.
There's a parents that I asked for ago. I actually teach the chass first courses.
Oh.
So I do have the registration for them, but there's a chance to do as well. It's kind of just a very laid back introduction to college and kind of provide you the very basic skills that you need to succeed, whether it's resources or time management. on this Twitter, we're going around like kind of get a resume interview for like
Oh.
jobs or internships in the future. So it's kind of just supposed to be something you know, maybe once a week, nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
I think it
And
is
it's online.
it's online, yeah.
Is it the Haas? Like it says like HASS
Oh.
dash
No.
001. Because I had to take that as a
Actually,
transfer.
what do you transfer?
So that's the required transfer one. I think chass transfer is specifically only for that college if you want to.
Oh.
So that's my guess.
Yeah.
Was that better news?
No, because you said Austin, I was like, a service station? I was like,
What is that?
Highlander one-stop shop.
Oh, I love that. Nice.
No, I was like, jeez.
Yeah, no.
Good.
But
It's kind of just a very simple introduction to college. I think even if students don't necessarily take it all out of it, they at least take some things out of it.
Yeah.
I think you have to really make a difference because it is hard going from like a smaller high school if they want to kidnap students or out of
yeah.
college with 25 students.
Yeah.
So I think it makes such a decision a little bit easier.
No, my senior class was like 300 students.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
Because I guess they're smaller.
Yeah. And then you have a little book like that's so tiny and it's like paper and it's like $45. So which I still have it, so hit me up if you want it. I still like guys. But since to go over like the academic advisors,
Yeah.
when you're registering for classes as a transfer student, before, because usually they have a specific one, it's like session number 2, we're all gonna get together and we're gonna register online together.
Yeah.
They are just gonna meet all in a room at a certain time, like, hey everybody, okay, register now. And everyone's like, wait, what? Like, what am I doing? So I highly recommend meeting with it beforehand and like getting your schedule about, okay, what classes should I take?
Yeah.
Or else you're just there being like, I don't even know what classes we're supposed to be taking. So that's something that really just throw you in.
I think that's definitely like something that differs from advisor though, because I feel like depending, they want your first quarter to either be like really laid back or they want you to like set you on a very defined path.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely experienced kind of both, where my first academic advisor was like, do what you think you'd enjoy for this first quarter, and then my Jen was like, okay, here's the plan, here's the credits, here's the units, and they're both helpful in their own ways.
Thank you. That's awesome. But so basically we've been talking a lot about school. And so do you guys work or what are your responsibilities outside of school?
I do work. I work for the chass marketing team
What?
as a writer. So that one is it's kind of freelancey, honestly, because I either am looking for articles that talk about chass, or I'm getting sent topics to cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I also actually just recently got like approved for a tutoring job. It's third party, but I'm just waiting for like all my documents to get processed and I can start on that. So
Yeah.
maybe rolling in dough soon, hopefully, because being poor as a first year is it's horrible.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah, I think like balancing academics and work is really important, just because if you're just like, you know, if you're taking like 5 classes every quarter, you're gonna get burnt out really fast, and that's something that like I've definitely seen. Even, you know, this is only my second quarter, but
Yeah.
you want to be able to have fun too, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like make time to hang out with my friends, to go out, to do club activities, and I think it's definitely making a difference. And if I was just going to class and then going back to my dorm right after.
Yeah, no, I have such a hard time with balancing it. Like, I overwhelm myself so
Yeah.
much, especially once you're done with the gen ed stuff. This, like, winter quarter, literally, it was like the first week I had to write 2 scripts. I already, like drafting. I literally have to make a short film this weekend. I have another week to film, and it's like, oh my god. So, again, they treat, like, these 10 weeks as like private time.
Yeah.
And, I do have a job going on. I'm a videographer at Chass Marketing. Shout out to the camera. Essentially, no, I love it because it's something I'm very passionate about, and I'm learning a lot more, especially because all hands on it, and your coworkers do a lot too. So we talk to each other about how do I use this equipment, how do I do that. And no, it's a lot of fun, and especially, you know, you get editing programs, so you learn how to edit, I'll show you here to and I do that for work, and like you said, like we kind of get to make our own hours, which is why I like it a lot. Because it's like, oh, it fits around like my vacations, or like I'm doing a heavy workload on school. I don't have to worry about like, oh, I can go to work at a certain time.
Right.
And I really like coworkers and like our boss. Everyone's so chill and relaxed. Because there was times where I was like in community college, I would have like a 9 to 5, and I would be so stressed out, like, oh, I need to get this done. And my boss is like harassing me for some reason. And it's just like, oh, I hate it here. But here, it's like, I'm my own boss in a sense. And so it's really nice. But other responsibilities, like with my personal life, I have like a lot of family stuff to deal with. And it's really hard because sometimes it's like I have to travel back to the Bay Area to take care of my grandma, or just to like meet the needs of friends and family. Literally, I just got here at like 12 p.m. I drove 7 hours to so that's amazing right now. Yeah, no, I'm tired. We'll go with 3. But hey, we're here. I need help. Which is why I love cats.
Oh.
Because they're cats. Because you can walk in and get a therapy appointment, and honestly, that's quite nice. I do like it.
They have a new building, right? Over there.
Yeah, the new building.
Yeah,
How about you?
Yeah, well, first of all, like you mentioned, I think UCR, specifically chass, does a great job at working around the schedule and accommodating, and the managers are great. So I think that's a great thing that chass does. I work for chass first. I'm a peer educator, started out in the weekly workshops for the first years. And I'm a peer advocate advisor for the advising team, the chass advising team. So it can be a lot. It's kind of difficult to manage at times, both work, school, wherever and so on not. But one thing that I found to be great at all of colleges, utilizing Google Calendar, I think it makes the biggest difference in the world. Kind of like having a set schedule. Like tomorrow I know exactly what I'm going to do, what time it is, and it kind of sticks me to actually doing my work rather than skipping class or being late to work. Because I know exactly how to be at certain places. So that's something that I found to be very beneficial to me. But the course system is rough, and I know Paul mentioned that. And honestly, it's come from my high school, that's a semester or a trimester, and it's rough. Especially in chass first, the common issue is it's hard, the course system. Only 10 weeks to get all of your work, and it's challenging. So I think that providing those resources is a great thing that the university does, because, and honestly, that's where they struggle this year. So I think that's one thing that the university tries to help out with, but it is still a very big challenge to around students.
Oh, yeah.
I think like faculty support as a whole is just top tier, and I think especially, thank God, because social mobility is like UCR's big selling point, especially chass. But the fact that, thank God, most professors don't require textbooks.
Yeah.
Especially like my like 8 classes I've taken so far, I've only had one, it was the chass first, because you have to, but even then you could check it out of the office, which is great. So I haven't spent any money on textbooks so far, which is like so helpful, because they get expensive, and when you're running off a student worker salary or like no salary for some people, it's helpful to not have to drop like $600 on books every quarter.
You got lucky. I have like so many textbooks. And it makes no sense, but look online, look at free PDFs online, it's what I use that. But of course, have resources, like you can rent them. I think sometimes a library, like, oh, you can have it for a certain amount of time.
Right.
And so definitely do that. Use that. I mean, you're far through. Go on, you gotta tell us something good about.
Well, I guess to start off with postgrad, I'm considering some options. I've had like internships over the summer, more like the business route that I'm considering going back to. But I really love to work at the Warren campus. That's something that I actually enjoy going to work every day and doing that. That's something that could really be a big starting point once I graduate. So I'm considering a few options, not so on that day, but as long as something works out by July, that's all I really care about. My advice for undergrads, that Google Calendar thing when I talked about, I feel like just having some sort of calendar where it's physical or online track things is very important. This is very basic, but show up to lecture. I feel like, especially the first year, people get out of skipping, and then as the quarter progresses, they just stop going, and it makes it
This is bad. Last quarter, I had one class that I entirely stopped going to.
Yeah.
It was a lecture twice a week, and by like week 5, I just stopped going because we didn't go over anything related to the homework, and we didn't do any classwork. So I was like, let me balance.
You never felt like
And
I was
then-
going to help you with your work or help you with classwork and understanding it more?
No. Our only assignment was a vocab list that you define the word and then used it in a certain context, and then how the word was defined by other people, and it was 30 words, and that was pretty much our only work for the entire quarter. And I was like, I can just do the meetings in my room, in my bed, and not go to class today. And so it is a bad habit, obviously, because lectures really do help so much with keeping you organized and regulated. Because if you have to go between skipping your lectures and then going to other lectures that you have to go to, then those lectures suck more.
Yeah.
So just not making a habit out of skipping is the best.
No, yeah. For me, it's I didn't even think about having a habit of skipping because literally these teachers scare me to death. They're if you miss a class, if you miss 2 classes, you automatically fail a class.
Wow.
And I'm oh my god. And they're oh yeah, if you're late, even by a minute, you get a 0 on the attendance. And I'm oh my god. And so I'm terrified. Literally, I was late by literally 2 minutes. My teacher had to talk with me, next time you're late. I gave you a pass for the first day. Oh, thank you. And then I was okay. So I'm utterly terrified. But it's hard because I have a class in Humanities 411 and then one in the INTS building, which is
clear across campus.
yeah, across campus, and they're 10 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And it's don't be late. And it's oh my god, so it's really hard. But
It could depend on the class, the major.
Yeah.
I feel some courses or some majors is a bit more chill when it comes to attendance and whatnot, but I guess it's a case.
Yeah.
Case.
I think that spacing out your schedule, it's hard to do first year, of course, but spacing it out in a way that's not insane is really helpful. Because even if you have an hour gap between classes, you're what am I gonna do in 1 hour? And especially as someone who lives on campus, when it's okay, I have to walk from campus all the way to Glasgow to get food, and then walk back in 1 hour, and that sucks. So I think either if you don't care that much about eating, have classes less than an hour apart, so that you're not just wandering around doing nothing, or have them more than an hour apart, so you have time to eat.
I think that's for because you're a first year,
Yeah.
so it's you're gonna require to live in residential hall and just have a 9
Yeah.
plan. Okay, so for me, I live in a guest apartment,
Right.
really bad, and essentially for me, I don't mind having an hour in between because it's I'm on EBT, so it's I don't go to the Scotty Market and buy a snack real quick, and then there's you can chill in there. But sometimes it's Wednesdays, there's tabling. I really just walk around the
Yeah.
clubs. It's really fun. But
I think that's been nice too. The markets, our pantries, businesses as well, thinking food snacks, food, just overall people coming in UCR, at UCR, it's just taking advantage of those resources. Any kind of pay tuition. So I think there's a lot of great ones that students have utilized that could be very helpful to the students.
And there's always more coming out. There's one that just started, which is where they're trying to reduce food waste from the dining halls, and so they're taking leftover food and they just hand it out to students. You bring your card or whatever, and you go to the Bear Stand by the hub, and they'll give out food out to kids.
I didn't know that. I don't do that.
I think you started and you posted about it.
Okay, the basic needs thing, right? Something like that?
I think they're separate programs actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I love these programs are generally really nice.
Yeah.
People the library, I feel especially finals week, and it's 24 hours. I've been there 8 hours. It's just nice to have that sort of accessibility in the this savvy somewhere that's not in the radio war, it's far away.
Honestly, I haven't experienced the finals grind yet because I only had one like final last quarter actually.
Yeah.
So I had like, and even this quarter I'm not sure if I will because it's like I have like an acting class and like choir and stuff. So I'm like, how much will I really have to study at the end of the quarter?
It's like studying. It's like it's more performance to extent that way. So it's like I like to say this major time consuming.
Yeah, definitely.
That's basically what it is. It's like finding time. Because I mean, a lot of people joke like, "Oh, you're like a film major, but you're almost watching a movie." Okay, yeah, but
That's 2 hours of my day that I have to do,
Two
and then I
hours.
also have to like analyze and study it for the
Exactly.
homework. So like,
it's a curse because you can't just simply watch a film anymore. You're all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, the editing, the pacing's off."
Yeah.
And it's like, shut up and let me watch Barbie. But it's you got those articles.
it's a little complicated, I think, because before I wanted to go into journalism, and I was like, oh, I'll like go to USC for grad school because they have a great grad program, and I was like, $90,000 with no financial aid, maybe not. But now that I'm planning to go into theater tech, I might have a couple of connections because my old high school drama program, we like hired out a lighting designer, like tech guy, and he's really helpful, and he actually he's cool. I'm sure like he knows people that are like in the industry, and he actually works at Disneyland and who else with their lighting. So I'm sure like if I need help, I could like go back to them because I'm still like close with that. I thought, hey,
Yeah.
let me know like what I can do.
The first year, analyst connection was great, but it's actually really paid out from the trends.
Yeah, no, that's what I.
Especially for this industry.
Oh no, like literally the best and the most advice that is given to like TFP students is what is gonna get you a job is networking,
Yes.
knowing people. And it's like knowing someone in the industry, just go up and just talk to them. You have nothing to lose. Just be like, hey, if you straight to the point, don't try to like lollygag and try to like be friends with them and then ask them like, oh, give me a job. It's like, no, it's like ask them to the point. Like, what's a good place to get internships? Or where can I find this?
Especially with tech stuff too, which I'm sure like you've grown very familiar with doing film. But it's like a lot of people in tech didn't go to college because it's such like a hands-on thing that you learn on the job really, and so you're fighting with other people who are your age who have like 4 more years experience than you. So market is that really important.
No, it isn't weird because like I've applied for so many internships and I think everyone can relate. You like don't ever get picked. It's like everyone's it's ridiculous. But
Especially in California.
Yeah, but just keep applying, you never know.
I think that's pretty broad advice to networking. I know for like a major in particular, it's probably even more crucial. But, this is broad, but networking, knowing career fairs, realizing like need there or something like that. It goes a long way, like certain students because they get offers because of in college. So I guess that would be good advice to undergrads is it's nowhere too early to start making connections through school or through your experience.
I think that is something that chass could do a little better because I know that other colleges do like regular career internship fairs, and I don't know if we do, but also too, especially for like majors that people probably don't think would need it like TFPP, but it's like really reliant, and you know. I look at the career fairs and I'm like, oh, this is a lot of science and like, nothing for us.
No, that's pretty cool. We have a bulletin email online, which is just like
oh right, the email that gets sent, right?
Yeah.
From show up.
yeah, there's a lot of emails that people in the department being like, hey, there's this internship going on or there's this panel going on. But like you said, you guys have like actual event where it's see the different jobs in our industry. There's a lot of jobs that are just like being a starter or being techies, like there's way more. But it's funny that you really go see because I don't go there as a grad student because the grad program is amazing. But you brought up that it's a lot of money.
Yes.
And I know it's different for everybody based on financial aid because I was so nervous because I'm like, I don't know if that's to cover grad school, but I talked to my advisor and he's like, it does, which is really surprising. Because it's also a private school.
Yeah.
And so I was really surprised by that. I was like, that's great news. But also there's a thing, I think it's called a fellowship program, or it's a different type of program where you essentially work for the school.
Right.
So it's like you like teach a class, and essentially you are part of the program that you get either a master's or a PhD. But you working there and like doing other classes, it's like the way that they're giving back to them. They essentially are like saying, okay, there may be less tuition or no tuition.
Right.
So that's something a lot of people should look into for grad school. But for me, I honestly, I just wanted to get a bachelor's. But ever since I came to UCR, I was like, shoot, you guys should go to grad school. And it's because being a transfer, you kind of have to like, be in the location.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I felt like I just got here and I'm graduating in a year. I'm like, oh, I don't have the time. Like, I'm not prepared. But grad school, it gives you more time, I should say. And like you said, it's more time to network. And USC is focusing on the LA area.
Yeah.
And no, so I think that's you need more time if you have the finances or any type of fellowship programs, so you want to do it. It's never too late. Like, I'm 30 year, and I'm like, should I do it?
No,
I'm thinking on the baby.
That's definitely something that appeals to a lot of people is like, obviously you are like independent at that point, but it's like 4 more years of not having to really be an adult that are like, oh, I see the appeal.
Well, I don't know about that part, because that's even scary, right? Because it's like, well, you still need to like live and have a home, and it's like the last thing I want is to, I don't know. Because sometimes the program's like 4 more years. So with 4 more years? No! Like 2. Yeah, it's like a little high school.
Yes.
I think you're gonna look at theses, so I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
Bad.
Do you have any advice for undergrads?
Besides what I mentioned, there are other things.
Yeah, the dual calendar is awesome.
Yeah, some sort of like daily plan I don't think is important. I would say for me, I was a bit more introverted coming into college. I think trying to bring out that show in terms of like or very outings and I could talk about is very important. Hiring really research to do that. They have all of the clubs and the societies all around campus. And there's something for everyone. I feel like it's also a big community school here.
Yeah.
And a lot of you don't get involved as much. Because if you don't know about the resources that happen during the day, I know a lot of communities are starting to get like 10 minutes. But the next thing to talk about during the day and on that. And I think it's just finding those resources that is very important because it's like for everyone. It can be a little bit tricky to find. I guess that's some good advice to find that calibers that has to their interests because from my experience I found that having a like ready have that has those interests really that's just be to be better just go academics to professional careers. So I think it's a lot of good advice.
Yeah, no, definitely. I do want to touch upon like my first quarter year, it was pretty lax, and I felt like I had a lot of free time when it came to it. So it's like they give you a lot of time to
Adjust.
be a part of the community.
Yeah.
And I really liked how I was like, oh yeah, there's tons of clubs you can join. There's there's block parties. So that's really fun to attend as well. There's like concerts, and just get out there, meet people. Like it's really hard, especially if you're just coming into a new place. You're like, I don't know anyone here.
Yeah.
And so that's really scary. And to touch upon the fact that you may feel scared and feel introverted, but just know no one cares about what you do or who you are, and that's the beauty of it. Because you can do anything you want. Like this one time, basically, I went in the middle of like the quad where the hub is, and I started spinning around in a circle screaming, no one cares, to prove a point to my friends that it doesn't matter. You need to just live your life and be who you are and get what you desire. Like you can't expect to get a job if you're scared to be sitting in the back of the door raise your hand and ask a question. It's like you have to get out there and do it. Because if you're embarrassed by speaking up or something like that, like I understand. It's something that's really scary. I used to be like that as well. But then I went to therapy. It's awesome. And everybody should go to therapy, get medicated, and be tied off. But again, it's a new school, therefore you can be your new self. You can be even more of yourself and not be tied down to what people expect of you. And it's like, well, of course don't be like annoying, but or like too out there, unless it's just you, then okay. But just don't hold yourself back. Like, don't be too scared. Don't have less self-esteem.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, we're all scared. So it's like, why don't we just all get along and like, you know, go to the chess club or the, you know, video game club or like the alt club, which I love. But yeah, so that's my advice: is just do it.
I think that also ties into not being afraid of failure too.
Oh.
Last year, it's always taking like classes, doing it for the jobs to persevere enough failure. And at the end of the day, like if you get rejected from a job, like who cares? It's not the end of the world. You're not going to care in a few weeks or a few months. It's
Exactly.
not something that should discourage you from wanting to be the best self that you can be, or kind of take some risks that we don't have. So kind of be your voice and or some like clubs, or just getting involved in things, kind of keep you busy, so to speak. And those Thursdays are kind of sit around all day and kind of give you something to do outside and kind of things, get engaged, to their back as well.
Yeah. And for the because you guys have orientation day, right, or something like that.
Yes.
You were put in groups, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of met my friends. It's essentially like for transportation, it's like really small groups for a major, and it's just like just talk to someone there and be like, you know, where you're from, what's your major, see if you get along, and then like you'll have the same classes.
Yeah.
And so then boom, you have friends.
Honestly, it's really bad, but I still don't talk to anyone from my OL group.
And that's okay. You know, if it doesn't work out, that's fine. You never need
It's
to.
always been
I think that's something too that like you get used to in college is that you will follow like 100 people your first year and not talk to any of them by the next year.
Yeah.
That's how it works. They come and go.
Yeah.
I feel like as you progress, it starts to get more solidified. If you actually talk to them and hang out with them. Think about first year experience. I think, oh, I met some people. I'm not going to talk to almost all of you like the people.
So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think as a first year, you just have to make an active effort to talk to people and to like be engaged in your classes. That's my advice. Like, don't sit in the back of your classroom. Actually study, which is something I still need to work on, and just talk to people.
yeah, just talk and just do it, you know. But do you have any advice for undergrads?
Well, that was it.
Oh, okay. Just like study.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
It is.
You guys want to say your goodbyes?
Yes. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. Catch you next time.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.